Hello guys, welcome to Quanta AI Lab. So in last video of LLMs, I suggest you to watch some videos from internet only, from YouTube, which is on the LLMs and how the LLM work, how this generative AI field evolved. Okay, this lecture is majorly focused on the LLMs only, how large language model works. So mostly you got an idea from the previous videos which I suggested you. If you didn't watch that video, so my humble request to you, just watch that one. Then you will jump to this video to understand in more better way. So the first thing, what is LLM? So this is the large language models, which is based trained on the large data. Okay, let's understand this thing. So let's go to what is LLM and what we learned in the LLMs. So the first thing we learned about LLMs is understand the LLM capabilities. So the large language models are outlining key functionalities. Then we go into the mastering settings. What are the settings in this LLMs? How we play with the settings of that particular LLM. For example, you have ChatGPT, OpenAI. So ChatGPT by OpenAI, or Llama from Meta, Claude from Anthropic. So these all are the large language models. Different companies have different models. So you need to choose very carefully which model are you working on. That's the important. What's your need? First you need to think, what is my need and what I want to do. Then you will select to the model part. So apply rules to LLMs, practical applications and problem solving with LLM. So these are the major things we will be discussing on this lecture. So the first thing, LLM capabilities. Let's talk about the LLM capabilities. So right now we go to the ChatGPT, and so this is the chat. Yeah, this is the. Okay, so let's write a poem on LLMs. Okay, let's start generating the text. So what it generates? It generates the new text which is not on the internet, but it's taking the reference from the internet where the training data is from. Okay, so the major thing I already told you in the videos, in the previous videos, you learn about transformer, how this thing works. So let me show you some things about the LLMs only. So there are major things. This is the understanding how we search for anything on the LLM. Just like write a poem on LLMs. Same question I asked from ChatGPT. Let's take a photo and let's run it. It generates a poem which is completely different from the Claude. A same question you ask on the Meta or anything, just like Grok or something else, you will find a different answers. So how this thing works? So in the previous lecture, in the previous prerequisite videos, you already see how this thing works. Okay, let me deep dive into the embeddings part so you can more understanding. So this is the projector.tensorflow. This is by the TensorFlow only, by Google. So you can see this is the, for example, all the words are presented there. Okay, then you see in the right side, the nearest point is the origin of speech. So for example, I select the application here, applications, or I select the processes. So all the words nearby processes, you can show it there. Okay, so you will see the nearby words related to this word. For example, I see the function, the variable, properties, task, values. These are the probabilities also. And let's talk about this thing in a more transformer way. The transformer is a neural network. So what is transformer? Is a neural network architecture. It fundamentally changed the approach of artificial intelligence. Transformer was first introduced. The attention is all you need. So in the first video, the second video from the LLM from scratch, or where we talk about the attention. Okay, so for example, this is the data embedding. Once you click there, you see the tokens is converted into token embedding. This is in the number format, the positional encoding. Then we see this thing goes into the multiple layers. this is the vector. Then you see here the key. So everything is going in the QKV in this format. Then we see the numbers it gives. This is the neural network. Basically, you pass the data and it go to the neural network only. And we got the output. So what I did right now here, write a poem on LLM. What it takes the input and it generates the output. Did you understand that? I just write an English word, write a poem on LLM. Then it's changing into this thing, it's changing into the token embeddings in the number format. Then it goes to the transformer neural network, and then it generates model, and then it generates the output only. So this thing, what do you think? The Claude or OpenAI, what is it? They are the large number transformer only. We got the understanding about the large language models. Okay. So the most important thing in the large language model, if you want to talk to large language model or you want to make any product out of it, what is the main thing you choose? So I choose the prompt engineering part, which is the most important part of LLM. Before crafting craft efficient prompts, let's talk about the settings of LLM. So I take two software. First is Grok, which is you can choose any model, the open source model. If you are using the open source and you are not using the OpenAI API key and all the things. So you can use that one. If you can afford that thing, OpenAI API, and you can put some money in this one. So you can use this one. So this is the one. So there are some already temperatures, maximum tokens. You can give that thing. Top speed, frequency penalty, presence penalty. Once you hover on any point, you see this thing. How much the penalize new token based on whether it appears. So let's talk about the temperature first. So control the randomness of the model. For example, if we increase this one and we decrease this one, how this will, let me show you in this one. Right now it takes the temperature 0.9 and it gives the next word make. Okay, data visualization empower user to make. Right now it's taking the next word make. Now if I decrease the temperature by 0.1, now it takes the word create here. Data visualizing powered users to create. If we increase the more, let's take a 10, then to understand. So in this thing, that if you increase the temperature, it will become a more creative. The random answers it will give. So the mostly we use the related to 0.8 or 1, nearby that only. Okay, so we can use this one. You can use this website. I will give the link in the description. You can read all the things about transformer, and you can use the temperature from here. And you got which word is coming next and what are the process changing in this whole process. Okay, so I will provide the link in the description. So the most important part, the third part, which is we are talking about the craft effective prompts. How you craft the effective prompt. So that is the major thing. So there are some prompting techniques. So let's talk about that. This is the prompt guide only by promptguide.ai. Just go to zero shot prompting. This is the simple prompting, just like the text. Okay, so this is the classification. Classify the text into the neutral, negative or positive. You already told the answers which LLM should give us. Okay, then we give the text and the sentiment. So I think the vacation is okay. This is the neutral one. If you write anything else, for example, let's try it out on this one. Let's run it. The sentiment is neutral. Let's change the sentence over here. This is negative sentence. Okay, it takes this word as a negative. Okay, so you see this is the zero shot prompting, the next few shot prompting. In few shot prompting, you just explain to LLMs with one example. It's like that. And the chain of thoughts, let's talk about chain of thoughts. So for example, they are giving the standard prompt. For example, you have more complex, just like you have a maths question. So you just explain the steps, it will do all the things for you. Just like in this one, this is a standard prompt text. The question you give that Roger has 5 tennis balls, he buys 2 more cans of tennis balls. Each can has 3 tennis balls. How many tennis balls does he have now? The answer is 11. The cafeteria had 23 apples. If there is used 20 to make lunch and bought 6 more, how many apples do they have? Then the output is 27, which is wrong. Okay. Now in the second one, the chain of thoughts. It gives the chain of thoughts. Now the cafeteria has 23 apples. If they use 20 apples to make the lunch and bought 6, how many apples do they have? The cafeteria 23 apple. Originally they used 20 apples, then left with 3. They bought 6 more apples, then the correct answer is 9. As you see, if they are using the step-by-step process right now, what is OpenAI O1 model, what is they doing? They're doing the same thing. If I choose name code in Python for Python. Okay. So it's thinking now. So what is it's doing? Evaluating policies, you see. This is also a chain of thoughts process. It is doing now. So it takes some time. So this is the whole process before giving the answer. It thought for 18 seconds, then it will crafting the game and all the things. So this is the chain of thoughts. They are using in O1, they are using chain of thought process. So in different meta prompting, self-consistency, general knowledge prompting, I will give this link to you. You can read all the prompting techniques. This is all you need for writing a good prompt in LLMs. So let's go to the next one. So apply roles in LLM. So this is the one prompting technique we use. So for example, you want, or you can ask anything. So I already give them a role. Act as a financial advisor. So this is, wait, let me give the same thing in the ChatGPT 4.0. Let's have the more recent data also. Yeah. So act as a financial advisor, give me the where should I buy the Reliance stock. So what it did right now, it gives the fundamental and the current, analyze the Reliance P ratio, that levels revenue growth, compare these with the industry peers. If the stock is overvalued or undervalued. The second thing, it tells about the technical analysis, the entry points and all the things. So now it gives the answer in the form of the financial advisor. If we ask to any financial advisor, it is answering us like that only. So let's go to next point. Now we have the two things, the practical applications and the problem solving with the LLM. So, and think about what problems you can solve. Using LLM. There are a lot of problems you can solve. Right now, if I show you some of the companies which using LLMs and making a lot of money. So let's talk about, okay. So this company, the Kavra AI assistant, handles 2/3 of the customer service. 2/3 of the customer service chats in its first month. What they are providing? They are providing only the chat solution using LLMs in the different languages to different, just like Flipkart. This AI assistant powered by OpenAI. So if you read this, all the things, what they are providing, they are not providing anything. They are only providing the customer support service chats, and there are 700 full-time agents they are using. So what they are doing, they are using LLMs only in the behind and make the chats just like a normal people. We chat with for refund and something else. If you up to in the Flipkart or Amazon for your order. So you can replace that thing to this one, to LLMs only. So that will give you the better answers also. So this is the one, and there are thousands of examples. Just like think about OpenAI only. Just like these guys are make LLM chatbot like ChatGPT, Claude also. It's like on the behind LLM is also running. So you can take it like that. These are the examples. And now in the further classes, we understand about how you use just like AI agents, RAG, fine tuning about the models, and how to use different models. This is the one model. So in the first video which I suggested in your prerequisite, so they taught about there are different models. This is a text to text model. We use also image to image model, also text to image, text to speech also. There are a lot of models. So in the further classes, we'll learn about that. This is the basic of LLMs. This is it. The major thing in the LLMs is only the prompt. You need to know how to write a better prompt. So I provide this website link to you. Just read this one, full one. Okay, what is this tip, designing the prompt and all the things. This is for the LLMs. For the image prompting, I will give you the different thing. In the Comfy series only, I will provide you in some days. So this is the first start. You just start with these things. This is the first step into the generative AI field. So hope you like this video. If you like the video, just subscribe our channel. We come up with some amazing videos on generative AI field. So thank you everyone.